everybody, Scholar of Wiisdom here. It is Wednesday the 19th, 2:16 in the morning. I have just unboxed candy-coated Chopscotch. You should either have seen that or you will be seeing it very soon. Our last introduction, we took a look at Mysticat, who I think is kind of flying under the radar right now. And what we're going to do now is go ahead and throw down a fire element Sentinel. If you can't guess who it is, well, you've got 3 seconds. 2, 1, time's up.
Fan the flames.
Alright.
It is wise, Portal Master, to allow me to train all of your Imaginators and make them strong.
Okay. I couldn't hear her very well because of the headset, so I think it sounded like she had a different sort of a voice than I would have imagined. Hopefully I don't forget to do the Imaginite chest because it's literally right in front of us, but in the event that we're going to get surprise attacked or have something catastrophic happen where she upgrades, we're going straight to the Skylander menu.
When you aim for perfection, you discover it's a moving target.
Again, I can't really appreciate it because it's kind of like muffled. If I crank the TV up to a point where I could hear it, then it would reverb on you. But anyway, she is a fire element sentinel. Her name is Ember. Her attack damage, or whatever statistics here. Oh, that was a nice animation. Attack is 14. Defense or armor is 4. Speed and agility 8. Luck is 6. So let's take a look at this lady. Obviously she's got a big time fire aura. It looks like her lower body is like entirely sort of a fire NATO, if you will, and it's covered in sort of like a spiked leather strap shuriken hybrid that sort of tucks into the skirt. I didn't turn her that way, by the way. She kind of did that on her own, which is sort of cool. But she's got the golden Sensei belt. She's got the sort of, when I unboxed her, I mentioned it was almost like a, Chinese or some sort of a type battle helmet, if you will. The flame out the back is actually pretty cool. Kind of has like a Roman vibe, I guess, in that regard. Get a decent look at what she's going to look like here. I don't think the sky blue background is doing her many favors here, but while I spin her around for you to enjoy, we're going to take a look at her background story, because that's what we do here. That said, her slogan is "Fan the Flames." If you'd like to hear it in her voice, as I certainly would.
Fan the flames.
I feel like what I thought I heard tonight was a little different than that, but again, I've got the headset on, so I'm not sure. That said, Ember was raised inside the Dragonfire Dojo, having come from a long line of fire sentinels that were skilled in the art of dual blades, as you can see there. It was the dream of her father that Ember would follow their tradition and take over the family training facility, and so she practiced every day. She was naturally gifted, and soon even the greatest dual blade masters were no match for Ember. When Chaos heard of this, he took over her village and banned martial arts entirely, for fear of an uprising. But Ember fought back, unleashing an impressive barrage of samurai pyrotechnics that drove the invaders away. So she does have the samurai vibe, as you can see there, based on this story, and pyrotechnics tie in nicely with fire. Even though her village was free, she knew then that there was a greater evil out there that needed to be stopped, and so she joined the Skylanders to train others in the art of the Sentinel battle class. One day, though, Ember plans to return to her homeland and reopen her family school, but not until Skylands is safe once and for all. So, nice little background there. Cool, it entails chaos. That is actually like something I was told when I was in karate, is that the reason it's so, and I guess they say this all the time, early on in things, but it was like that in Taekwondo when I was little. It's like, I could show you, how to just absolutely destroy someone, but we're going to wait and do that at a much later belt time. It's like, so you're sitting there and you do these strange things, and you're like, if somebody jumps me in an alley, and I'm sitting here, with my green belt, we're still going to get our butts kicked, most likely, because it's not really explained on that. But the story that the senseis always give, the black belt guy teaching it, or lady, sometimes the lady tots, it was like, Well, this is just because they disguised, their fighting style. They made it look like it wasn't fighting. And that was, tip top secrets. And, but then when the evil people would come and, try to, host an upheaval or something, then you would reveal that it wasn't just, ridiculous dancing or exercises you were doing. It's almost like if you went into a yoga studio and you were going to hold everyone captive and fly them to a distant planet to start your new colony, to breed evil people. And then it turned out that everyone that did yoga was like some freaking martial arts master. That's basically the way to dumb it down in layman's terms. Um, and really, the way I look at it, it's just like their way of like trying to keep you there longer, and not really, because they're like, well, I could show you how to do this, but it's important that we disguise it and wait until you're ready. And it's like, I'm ready. This is why we signed up. But anyway, anytime I see reference of that, I always reflect back on that. So, box stock, what we got: samurai combo, X to slash, 4 X's for a samurai combo. Flame geyser, press B to okay, cool. So we're already off to a good start. This will be a nice addition. It's totally unrelated to the blades, it looks like, and that is very welcome to me. Press B to summon a flame geyser. Enemies struck by this attack have a living bomb placed on them. The bomb's strength increases whenever those enemies are hit. Okay, so I guess that means hit by us. After that, we've got immolation. Taking damage deals damage. Well, that's nice. That's usually reserved to a soul gem type of an ability, and here we get it right off the bat for 500. Up next for 700, lava impact, air attacks. Okay, so apparently we have air attacks. Leave a pool of fire that slows down enemies. I'm not sure where we missed air attack, but we'll assume they mean a jump attack or something. Just now, Supernova. That's been used before, hasn't it? With Supernova, we finally get the tertiary attack for 900. Press Y to spawn a Supernova. Simple enough. And lastly, we have Ultra Supernova. Sounds like a 90s grunge band. Hold Y to charge up the Supernova. So, apparently from what Ethan and a couple others are telling me, like with StarCast, we've done the base upgrades. Shame on you if you haven't seen that. He's amazingly OP already. But it's a deal where I've got like the option to buy 2 up here and 1 down here, and it's not forcing me to pick anything, and there's no prices on any of them, and there's no name for the path. Supposedly, as soon as you select one of these, the prices show up, and I believe they name the path. And then I think someone else has commented and said that the exclamation that like keeps annoying me pops up. They think it's whenever you have enough cash to actually buy the next upgrade. So that would make sense, I suppose. That said, Inner Fire gain damage bonus based on health missing. Okay, so that would tie in more with like immolation, essentially. So if our health is 240 and we go down to 200, our damage goes up. We go down to 180, it goes up. That'll be fun to document, won't it? After that, we have Fire Dash. Hold X to dash through. Okay. Now, when they say dash, I'm assuming they're referring to like something to do with the blades. But if it was a speed dash, if speed is involved, regardless of the animation, if it's literally just a dash forward like we're skating, or if it's a dash with a sword, if there's a speed buff while doing that, I'll be happy. So hold X to dash through enemies, striking them multiple times. And lastly, Samurai Combo Finisher, XXB for Buddha Palm, XXY for Fire Tornado. Again, kind of sounds similar to Spitfire there. So that's just sort of a smorgasbord of things. I guess primary, and then just with the addition of this. So coming down here, Greater Living Bomb. Bombs deal area damage. This must tie in sort of secondary wise. Purifying Flame. Bombs heal Ember if she is nearby during the explosion. And Meteor Shower. Hold Y to spawn a ton of supernovae. Should be interesting. Soul Gem, which we can have regardless of the path, it can be found in Scholarville, which I believe is our third area to explore. Undying Rage. If Ember is about to be defeated, she instead gains a shield that blocks all damage for 10 seconds. This can be activated once per level. Yep. That's that kind of caps the fun there. Sentinel Sensei Shrine found in Scholarville, which that's convenient. Also her soul gem. Hold right trigger to perform your Sky Chi power. Shoot shurikens. There we go. Finally, we get to tie in with shurikens and supernovae at everyone. That could be something good enough to offset the soul gem's limited ability. Like, let's face it, the soul gem, if you're never close to death, you never even get to use that, you know. So, now where it would be helpful is if you're about to die and you don't intend to, like say you're in nightmare mode and you take like 2 hits all of a sudden, you're like, no! Because you've got the quest where you don't lose any lives per chapter, you know, and you're like, ugh, and you're reaching as fast as you can, but you know you're not going to get there and you're just trying to swatter off the portal or something. That shield could potentially save you there. But otherwise, if you're like really good with Ember and you just play smart and play safe and she fits your style and you're never close to death, we don't really get to appreciate the soul gem. But, you know, in the event that something catastrophic happens or we're struggling, that could be a nice touch. However, the Sky Chi power sounds better than the soul gem to me. So, we shall see. It's called Supernova Storm, by the way. Also, so far, everyone that I've spoken to, and by spoken to I mean in the comments or chats or Discord or Twitter or something, no one has mentioned like a discount for upgrades yet. And I assume, as most people that I'm aware of have just been like speeding through the game, which is something I don't really do. But it's like, oh, gotta play. No one's telling me they found winged sapphires. No one's saying, hey, you get coupons or stamps or discounts or anything. So I'm thinking the prices we see may be the prices that we have, needless to say. So let's see what we get here before we're ambushed and things change. Alright, I will open these. Someone asked if I'm going to ever open the 2. I forgot. I plan to open them with one of the paths or possibly the soul gem. Some of the characters we upgrade early, we might have to do the soul gem as a standalone video, which I think is kind of stupid, but at the same time, if I start progressing through this game, we're going to be leveling up and changing things. It's really kind of put me at a standstill. All these changes benefit everyone. You know, you can't argue with getting better stats, doing more damage, but for what I'm trying to do with Skylanders research, it's kind of a nightmare scenario. It's really cool and I'm happy about it, yet at the same time, I feel like if I stroll my merry self off into Chapter 2, it's like I'm going to open up a whole new bag of worms. And at the same time, by not progressing, I'm never going to be able to get soul gems. And then if I'm progressing through the game to get soul gems, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I think you know what I mean. So that's cool that they do this in order, though. You know, they don't really go alphabetical or anything. But first one we put down was Starcast, then Aurora, then Ember. So if we put Ambush down, he would be 4th in line. That's kind of a cool touch, I think. That said, Imaginite Vault, a gift chest from Ember. Let's see what she bestows upon us. Ultimates.
New headgear.
Samurai helmet. Wow, plus 12 attack, plus 35 luck. Okay. Well, that is cool. Now, okay, she's pretty quick here. But, you know what? Let's just go in here because everybody is equally fast here at the map, pretty much.
Skylander.
If we enter the academy, though, platinum chests. Yeah, these are blind bags that you can get. A lot of people are asking if I'm buying them. The answer is no, currently. Well, Toys R Us does have a sale. Nonetheless, what we're doing in here, now you get a feel for her speed. If you know, like, hey, man, why aren't you going fast? It's because this is her speed. So she is not as quick as I would have thought she would be. However, there's a good look at her. Primary attack. That's a pretty quick strike there. Okay, that's cool. No. Oh, man, I said no, and then I clicked it, didn't I? Frickin' A. Well, let's go down to where we were going to go. How about that? That'll be fun. I've still not chirped anything. I've not really had time. I mean, honestly, everything I do in this is like super late at night, and I'm gonna try to get to where I'm in bed by like 3 to 3:30. You know what? I'm always concerned about following these because sometimes they open up to enemies, and then I have to feel like I have to pull my character so I, don't level up inadvertently. Okay, so we got Freckles. That's something we'll probably never use, let's be honest. At least we weren't surprise attacked or anything. And I'm going to cautiously come down here, and we'll check out the attack damage. So, primary attack, that's what it looks like. 27. Yeah, we know, Flynn, you're just checking, hanging out. So 27, half of that's going to be 13, 5, 14, so it should be 41 on the crit, right? Okay, my bad. Overdid it there. Show me the crit. As you can see, crits are still few and far between, and I'm sure we can max this thing out and have some super duper stupendous factor for crits. That would be like, 30 to 50%, and I can almost guarantee if we hit 10 times, there it was, 41. So you get the idea, but it is a quick strike though, and then of course it's spammable and you wind up doing that. So let's try to assess. 1, 2, 3 spins, 4 turns into that. So 1, 2, 3 is 16 a bunch, and then there's 22s a bunch. So 16 to 24, and then a whole bunch of 22s on that aftershot. It's hard for me to explain, but she starts spinning it there, and then she does like a reverse spin that ups the damage, and there's a little bit more fire and it's wider out. Hopefully that makes sense. Something I thought was sad is that the secondary attack, which I thought sounded really cool, granted we haven't seen it yet, didn't ever seem to get addressed in the upgrade. So let's see if we're sad about that or okay with that. I gotta say, this path here looks amazing. I've been thinking that for several episodes. I mean, like, you can sort of see like the individual stones, and some are fractured and some are placed uniquely and carved, and they're just kind of like sat there in the sand or grouted in, Looks really cool. On Twitter, I saw there's glitter grout now on HGTV, if anyone cares about that. Anyway, here we go. What was the secondary? Did we just press B, I think? Oh, good lord. Now that was... Oh, there's fire. But okay, those bombs are cool. Swing bada bada. Okay, so they're going to do 17 each. 69 is going to be the crit, so we should have 46 standard damage. And it's got a decent range. It seems to know to hone in on the enemies. And then the living bombs are 17 to 26. And, wow, I don't know where that came from. 46 on each. Good grief. Okay, so yeah, I think we sort of covered everything. We got our catchphrase, we got the bio, we got the in-game aesthetics. Went over her potential upgrades, went over the fact that I'm afraid to play as her because we could upgrade and level up, and that would impact everything that we do here. And it's complicated, man. I've got the Wii U version in hand now, finally, and that may help me out a little bit, but I don't really want to delete this save file because we've got so many Imaginite pieces. I mean, I could breeze through Chapter 1 again, but it's all the Imaginite pieces I've just sort of stumbled upon, and then, I don't know, I've been over it. Oh, we do have the jump attack, so up and primary is going to do that, which is good for 40. Crits on that's going to be 60. It's got nice area damage too, so that's pretty sweet. Jump and secondary, nothing. But hey, our jump primary is really cool. So overall, I'd have to say she's fairly impressive box stock, wouldn't you agree? The upgrades, honestly, that's something we're going to have to just experience and kind of judge after that's been sort of purchased and played around with. But box stock, I think she's going to be pretty good. This secondary attack, which I guess the bombs do sometimes get a bonus, if you will. But I mean, look at the range on that. Now, can we have the bombs active and spawn another one? Okay, that's a good strategy too. So you can basically use that as range. There's a bit of a delay, like 2-second charge time or so. But she just gets it, man. She gets after it and goes to town, so... I don't know if that thing just faded out or what. But anyway, hey, this is Ember. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Did I do a bonus brick at the start? I think I did, didn't I? Or did I not? Let's go with... you can do Ember, whatever. We'll see. I'll just type one out if I didn't do it at the start. So that said, I hope you are enjoying. Leave a like if you did that. Leave a like if you enjoy seeing Ember here. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitch if I can ever stream there. They tell me I don't have internet, so I've been streaming on Beam. I've got that link in the description box down below. Whatever the bonus brick is, which we will have one, if you need information on that, check it out in the description box as well. You can find information about the Wall of Wiisdom. That is something that I do in Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. It's sort of an in-game shout-out for you, so I hope you enjoy it. But make sure that you check me out on Facebook and Google Plus if that's your thing. Also, the Skylander Club Forum at SkylanderClub.com. We've got some pretty cool polls up right now. And I kind of look at how you can see your shadow whenever we're up in the flame. That's kind of cool. Which brings to light, how does one see your shadow when your lower half is a flame? Oh well, still a cool touch. But SkylanderClub.com, UNDYING.com, be sure to check out my personal site as well. That's it for myself and Miss Ember the Samurai. We will catch you back here for our next introduction.